Hello YouTube, this is Laskeri, back with the 5th episode of Laskeri Plays Magic Island. Now, I was recording this episode a little bit earlier and I was interrupted, so let's get back to it. I was turning in reward bags, and I was also transforming the Arcane Compendium by using this bucket of liquid ethereum on a book in an item frame, which should be working, but it doesn't seem to be. I also got a luggage from a reward bag, which doesn't have a texture, but if we put it down, let's see, it's a chest that has a bunch of heads. Oh, I guess this is a bunch of the people in the community. I'm assuming this is Way of Time's head. Once it updates. Yep, that's... So each of these heads corresponds to a different member of the community. It's kind of cool. This is Spiteful Foxes, this is the Madman's head, this is Pokefen's. I'm assuming that's Chilex. That might be Succubism? Dunno. Yeah, I'm assuming these are a bunch of mod makers, like that's obviously MDIO. Or mod makers, or in the case of the Madman, community members. The botanist is Vazki. I think that's Aka, or Akko, the builder. That might be Direwolf. That might be Soren. But, yes, anyways. How can we pick you up? I think you shift left click, or shift right click to pick him up. It's kind of in the way right now, so we'll put him in a chest somewhere. Putting a chest inside of a chest, because that obviously makes sense. And it's invisible, so it's somewhat hard to see. But if you mouse over it, you can see the tooltip, so it's not a problem. We have made I forgot to mention, we've made a lot of the Ars Magica things off camera, so now we have a lot of the quests for that line done, so we will pick this reward bag. So we get 2 good reward bags. We get a stack of smoky quartz and a stack of regular quartz, and get a cooked fish. Okay then. Not the greatest reward in the world, but okay. Smoky quartz and nether quartz can be used to make decorative block. Well, in the case of smoky quartz, it's mostly used to make decorative blocks. There are a few infusion recipes that require it, so that's alright. And we will go for the reward bag, and we don't have enough room. I suppose it would be helpful to actually put away some of the stuff. I did also do one of the witchery quests, the very first one. So let's get this reward. We get a barrel of drum of liquid essence. A drum is basically a fluid storage device that holds a lot of one particular fluid. So this one stores liquid essence, which is essentially XP. I'm pretty sure, at least. And this still doesn't want to seem to transform. I'm unsure why. This doesn't seem to have any strange data values on it, so I don't know what the case is with that. Anyways, we have 3 of that and 2 greater bags, which is cool. Oh, wow. That's actually an interesting word. I forget if we need to craft. I think we need to craft those for one of these. I forget which one it is, though. Is it in here? Oh, yeah, we need to craft them, not just turn them in or detect them, as the case may be. No matter, we still have 1 greater reward bag left, and we have gotten quite a bit of mycelium at this point. Its value will wear off after a while, I would say, but it's not like it's going to affect us that much. And we have one of the basic elemental essences, and a basic reward bag. And we get 3 more endstone and enderlily seeds. We will use those, actually. Since more ender pearls is always a good thing, and we have enough for another full heart. We have 7 lives now. And there's some earth elemental over there, but oh well. Caster, which required a bunch of it required 2 arcane ash, 2 stone, and there's no way that is actually a real thing. So we're gonna go with the second. So get a good reward bag, which is an apple that I will not eat. Yes, that is. Now I notice that it's actually from witchery. So I will not eat that apple. And a greater reward bag. Oh, that's actually really nice. We get 3 creative aura nodes, 6 silver wood saplings, and 6 great wood saplings. We'll definitely put those to use. But the essence isn't here because since you can technically get them as mob drops, and this I've designated this as the mob drop chest for now. And the Everstone quest, which gives you more Everstone, quarter of the heart, and a reward bag. So now we have a half a heart, 17 Everstone, since you only need to make 1 for the quest. And let's see what's in the reward bag. It is an epic reward bag. I honestly have no clue what that is, but since I'm going to assume that it's fairly far into witchery, since it doesn't seem to have a recipe. Now, let's see. I don't know if there's anything we can do right away. We could probably do this quest fairly easy because it's just a bunch of wood and that kind of stuff, but oh well. Oh, we can make that now since we did get a feather from one of the quests that we needed. You just need the spell parchment, which is sticks and paper. So make the sticks, and you need 2 sticks and 1 paper. I believe this. So feather, torch, slabs, and planks. And now we have the inscription table. So we can do that quest. That will be useful, so we have 3/4 of heart. Another reward bag. Still no. Oh, no, actually it changed. I've unlocked the secrets of the arcane. So now we can use these 2 infinity orbs. The red one won't be usable immediately, but this is the arcane compendium. As you can see, there's quite a lot of information. But for right now, we can ignore that safely because we are not actually doing like any of the actual crafting mechanics in Ars Magica or using any of the items. I guess I should put down the inscription table somewhere. We are running out of space because I know like most people would probably want me to build an actual house, and I will once I get the resources that I want to use. There we go. Fits. And we have a greater reward bag. It's a hang cloud. It's not bad, it's actually useful for quick flying around. And it can make you faster over water. So overall that's actually a good thing, because it does just take leather and sticks, but I don't really have the amount of cows that I would need to get the leather for that. And let's see, what else do we have? There's nothing else in the Ars Magica that we can do right now. I did finish the potion, the Alchemy Revolution quest for Blood Magic. I think I will grab this one. Neither of them are, as this is an empty potion, but it's still something that you can basically can put any potion effect, but you can actually put more than 1 potion effect, but every potion effect has a greater chance of destroying the potion flask. And then we did the first witchery quest. We have no inventory space for that. Of course. Lack of inventory space is definitely one of the common themes. You get 16 belladonna flowers, more of each of the types of vanilla saplings. I think I put the other ones in here, but if not, oh well. And let's see, good reward bag. That is pretty cool actually, because the arcane lamps are a Thalmcraft item that slowly light up the area around them, like more than just, like, a torch will spread a radius of light, but the arcane lamps will actually spawn like little light particles every so often to create so there's no dark spots left. And we have another ender lily. See, undergrown, so there's another undergrown. Cool. I also made a vacuum hopper with one of the underpearls for one of the storage, or no, one of the miscellaneous quests. The very first miscellaneous quest, in fact, so we get another quarter of a heart and a reward bag. And it's a greater bag. Find evil. Okay then. It's interesting. I don't know if we need, because the next witchery quest actually needs a bunch of the drafts. Does not need luck though. And the final one is a demon heart, or at least that's what the icon shows. So we need to kill demons to get that. And most likely these quests aren't going to get done anytime soon, since we actually still have to do, like in the other oddities section, is we still have to make I did make the Lexica Botania, which is basically the guidebook for Botania, and now I need to make a Petal Apothecary first, because the Petal Apothecary allows you to craft to make the mana pool and the mana spreader. You need living rock and living wood respectively, and those two resources require you to put stone in the world around a pure daisy, which is crafted inside of the Petal Apothecary. And there is a lot of steps to Botania, but it's still a fairly interesting mod. It's definitely a concept that I haven't really seen used in a lot of other mods, since it's magic powered by plants. I mean, witchery has plant powered magic, but Botania specifically has flowers. There are flowers in witchery, but Botania is more just focusing on the pretty side of the flowers rather than the inherent natural power that they might have, which is, as far as I know, is the case with witchery. The unstable ingot is not something we want to do right now. That's an interesting quest, but not necessary. Could probably do this quest fairly easy, but it's not. It's only one reward bag, it's not anything really interesting. And here's some of the better barrel add-on quests. Is that an Adventure Time reference? I think it might be. If not, we need to get cinnamon rolls in any case. And then there would be cake. There's also, you need to craft you need to turn in an octuple compressed cobble, which is over 8 million cobblestone. Let's just look at any eye. Not octuple. 43,046,721 cobblestone. At this point in the game, I barely have a stack. I don't even have a stack. I mean, I could make a cobblestone generator with extra utilities, but right now, not my highest priority. Let's see, what else can we do? Since we do have this quest done, so we can technically get started on all these other ones, but there's quite a bit of infrastructure required in making some of these. I think the next thing we should do is we should at least get a blood magic, a sigil of divination, which basically allows you to see how much the life essence you have in your soul, or you can right click on the blood altar to see how much you have in the altar, which is useful if you need to craft something. It's a fairly simple recipe too. If you just need 7 glass, 1 blank slate, and 1 weak blood orb. To make a blank slate, which I already have one, you need to put a piece of stone in an altar with 10,000 life points, which is 5 bricks of the night. So, there we go. We need 7 glass, which we conveniently have. The orb, and the slate. The recipes that use the blood orbs don't actually use it up, so you don't have to worry about that. So right now we have 3,400. And if we click on the altar, we see we have 200. If we put this in here and just let it drain, it will show us that we have the exact amount that we had in there plus the amount that we previously had. Or at least math would dictate that. So we had 3,400 before, so now and there was 200 in the altar, so now we have 3,600. Okay then. Let's see, I guess we could get started on some of the other Ars Magica quests. I think the spellbook is fairly easy to make. It's only leather and... not the arcane spellbook, the regular one. It's 4 leather, 2 paper, and 3 string. It's doable. I should breed the cows first, though. As you can see, the UI, the blue and red and the XP bar on top of all the other vanilla things are headed by Ars Magica. Those are basically the red one on the right that says burnout is basically a cooldown timer. It doesn't hard limit you, but it makes the spells more expensive the higher burnout is, and obviously the mana is the amount of spells you can cast at that time. The XP is as far as using spells go. So if we look in here, we have 4 blue skill points, 1 red skill point, and 0 green skill points. If we go into utilities, we can do... I think I will go touch, dig, light, and then projectile for my first basic spell. It's not actually how you craft the spell. You craft the spell using the inscription table and a crafting altar, which is a multi-block structure with the... I know I made one for a quest, but I can't remember where I put it. It's basically the middle of the altar. Oh, here it is. The crafting altar itself. It's basically the middle piece of it that allows you to put all the ingredients for the spells in and then get out a good spell. Well, good, depending on the person who makes the spell. Obviously, if you don't know what you're doing, then you're probably going to come out with a malformed spell. I don't know if that's actually implemented. I know if you look in NEI, there are malformed spells, which I'm assuming are either just glitched spells that you get from bad damage value, or just Minecraft derping and then you get it as a result, but other than that, it might come as a result from putting in the wrong kind of stuff, but I don't think that's actually the case. Now that we have this, let's see. I guess we could take a look in the Arcane Compendium. The first thing we should probably look at is the spell creation. See, we did the Oculus, we have the inscription table, so now we need to make a blank rune and throw it into the... Okay, so it's a lot more complicated than I'm willing to read out on camera, but okay. These are all the bosses that you might encounter. That is somewhat actually intimidating. This is a new guy. Kind of wondering what the Ender Guardian looks like. I see. Texturing is not the best, but it's to be expected. Programming textures and whatnot. I think the one thing in Ars Magica that I do want to get to use is the flicker system. Flickers are basically low-level elementals that you can capture in jars. If you have the right affinities for them, they will gravitate towards you, and then you can capture them and then put them to use in various ways. If you are familiar with Ars Magica 2, it basically replaces the system that was in place before with the sigils. The sigils were largely overpowered because they required no power to run, and they were essentially free utilities besides the initial crafting cost. So now, we do need to make some of this stuff. Where is it? I kind of want to make the ender boots because they allow you to flip gravity. For it, like if you're standing on a block, you can do that, and it'll float. It'll switch you to your feet are on the block that was above you, and the ground is above. Of course, if you walk into the open air, you'll fall to your death. Will fall upwards to your death. It's a rare draft from the Ender Guardian, so it's an interesting mechanic. I believe the one thing that I have not looked into much is the armor imbuement table. That's actually pretty interesting. So you can make the armor imbuement table, and then if I look at my armor, it says that I have 18 levels in my helmet and 12 levels from the rest of them. There are 4 tiers which cost 66 levels on each of the types of items. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the different types of imbuements are because it doesn't say. I'm assuming I'd need to craft one of the armor imbuement tables to check, but I will do that since it does seem like a fairly interesting system, and it can make already powerful armor like the blood magic bound armor even more powerful, or even armor that can't usually accept enchantments like the Thalmcraft's runic armor, which is basically a bunch of protective charms placed on your character. So it'll show nothing but your character's skin. It'll have if you can upgrade a goggles or revealing into the runic form as well as the boots of the traveler, but those I don't think those can accept enchantments normally, but with the Ars Magica armor imbuements, that is definitely a possibility. Checking time. We are still good on time, but we will have to wrap up in a bit. Now that we are fairly good for food, I can just, to get food, so how I've gotten the smelling juices, I just walk over here, hold right click with the watering can, and then use the juicer, which I put in this chest. Yes, the juicer, it'll basically double the amount of hunger, because this is a morsel with hunger overhaul, and this is an unfulfilling snack. Of course, this is still only about the same as a normal vanilla Minecraft melon, but it's better than nothing, and it's fairly cheap and easy to make. So basically that's my logic on that. From what I've seen, this doesn't actually give you anything. I could break it. See if you... I know it works like it falls like gravel, so if you... I guess that, well, the easier way would just be to do like that. There we go, got the dragon egg back. Don't know if I'm going to actually use it for anything, since it doesn't seem like it has any use, at least in a crafting recipe. But it is a nice trophy, even if we didn't actually beat the Ender Dragon to get it. We'll do that eventually, because we do have end portal frames. Eventually seems to come up a lot again. So, off camera, between this episode and next, I will hopefully be able to work on this quest, and this quest does seem to work, actually, because I did kill a couple of zombie pigmen, and it did count towards that total. I think we'll work on getting a villager breeding system on camera. So other than that, I should probably start on Thalmcraft research, and some of these quests aren't nearly as hard as the others. Like, these only require leather, this requires just a bunch of Vintium, and this just requires a bunch of stone, netherrack, glowstone, and redstone. So not terrible. And this one is also not very difficult. This one requires a bunch of obsidian, But it does also require the essences that we got, but we don't need to make them, so that is a good thing. And then, yeah, it's basically the end of the blood magic, or the Ars Magica quests. This one's actually fairly easy, because I found out that you don't actually need to find Vintium ore, which we do have a bit of. We have 7 of that, so we can make one more block of it. But if we go down here a bit and we hammer stone, we do get Vintium dust. So that is that. We also get stone, which we can throw. So we shouldn't live in a glass house if we want to do that. The state of the house is still very ambiguous. I'm not sure if I actually want to make a house. I mean, it's not that I don't want to make a house, it's just that I don't know if I'll get attached enough to the world. Like, living on an island is decent enough for me. And as you can see... Oh! I did not know you could do that. I should probably not throw these in a claustrophobic area. Throwing them out in the ocean seems like a very fitting punishment for the silverfish. I wonder if they'll float up if they do spawn. It's an interesting mechanic, actually. I did not know that was a thing. I knew you could throw the stones, but I didn't know they would react that way. See, we get Chimera, Blue Topaz, and Vintium dust just from hammering it. So it's a cheap way to get more resources without actually going, like, legit mining. And I should probably put away some of this stuff. I guess food only stacks to 16, but we can remedy that by putting in barrels, which will hold more than one stack of an item in one slot. Of course, they take up more space, exponentially more space, but at the same time, it's also more convenient since you don't actually have to go into an inventory. You can just either left click to get a stack, or left click to get a stack, right click to put something in. If you double right click, it'll put all the items of the same type in your inventory into the barrel, and if you shift left click, you get one out of the barrel. So the better barrels are actually a fairly useful tool, and we will make use of those. And as far as the Ars Magica stuff goes, that will be saved for a later date. I also made a tool rack. Well, no, I didn't make a tool rack. We had tool racks before from one of the quests, but I decided to put one down and put some of the stuff because my inventory was getting very much clogged with stuff that I did not need at that particular moment. So yes, the stacking to 16 of food doesn't really harm us, so we will ignore it for the most part. I will pick up this liquid Ethereum because it can be used as a... Why did I put down wood planks? Well, anyways, the liquid Ethereum can be used as a fuel in the obelisk, which is it creates neutral Ethereum for Ars Magica, which is basically the Ars Magica source of power. Like, the crafting altar requires that you use the Ethereum to run it, as well as a few of the other machines, including the Calefactor, the Essence Refiner, and I believe the Caster as well. Well, obviously the Caster, because it basically casts the spell instead of automatically, like with the redstone signal, instead of you casting it. So that's interesting. So with that, I think I shall bid you adieu. It's a little bit of a shorter episode, but it's okay, since the episodes that I've been putting out are slightly longer than the average video that I usually watch. My lack of keeping track of time comes up to bite me in the butt sometimes, so I will end the episode now. I know I probably shouldn't be jumping around these chests, since I do have... The hunger is much more difficult to maintain. I do hear silverfish, so I think they did spawn... I don't know if they spawned down here or not. But oh well. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more.